Everybody has been losing their minds lately for the past few days, and it's nothing but people panicking like this is the end of Discord because of the age verification system, which is honestly ridiculous. Like this is the exact same cycle where people see companies start to add an age verification system, so they immediately start to, which isn't surprising, but this feature hasn't even came out yet. I agree that this whole system has its issues, but right now, all this panic is just being fueled by everyone's fear. To start things off, let's take a look at the bot developers, because so far, people are complaining that you now have to give out your ID, but this isn't even new. In the past, once your Discord bot reached 75 servers, you were already required to go through a verification process by giving out your ID so your bot could join more servers. Like, I don't really get why so many people are acting upset over something Discord has already done before, especially when no one said anything in the past because no one actually cared about it. But now that everyone might be required to verify their age, all of a sudden it's a major problem. And look, I'm fully aware that verifying a Discord bot and verifying a Discord user through an age verification system are two totally different things. However, the process is still the same because they're forcing you to provide a valid ID just to prove you're a real person. Just to be clear, I'm not defending Discord whatsoever. I agree that being forced to give out your personal information just to verify your age is ridiculous and a serious issue. But you also have to look at why this is happening in the first place. Because every time someone does something stupid, illegal, or harmful to others, the rest of us who didn't do anything wrong end up suffering the same consequences. Like, why is it that we always blame Discord for everything instead of getting upset at the bad actors who are doing this stuff in the first place? They're the real reason we're even in this mess, and yet no one is holding them accountable for anything, allegedly. And honestly, you shouldn't have to verify your age with these companies just because a small group of people can't even act right. But now that Discord is starting to step in, everyone's having a meltdown because we're all being punished for their actions, which is exactly why it's ruining the app for everyone else. It's the same old story of why we can never have nice things, because most Discord users are choosing to be irresponsible on the platform. Another issue I want to address is bump bots. They're a massive problem too, because most of these bots end up promoting bad servers even though they shouldn't. The real issue is that they're relying on AI moderation, allegedly. But even that isn't enough. Bad servers will always slip through the cracks. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. This is exactly why most servers are forced to mark their bump channels as NSFW. And if you look at Extreme Lounge, it's a community server, but the channel has to be marked that way because there's a chance these bots will spam something inappropriate or promote a bad server. And to be clear on this, if you're going to force us to have a bump channel just so your shitty bot can function, then do your job and prevent inappropriate servers from being promoted in the first place. This applies to Bump Me, One Bump, and all the other bots that's based on advertising. Because in reality, we shouldn't have to do anything. Instead, it's your job as a developer to check these servers, not ours. Excuses doesn't even matter when safety is on the line, considering you have most server owners being forced to label these channels as NSFW just to stay safe, all because these developers either don't care or just want to make money rather than take responsibility. Now, to be fair, there are other Discord bots that actually have a proper protection system in place to prevent bad servers from being promoted. And honestly, that's a good thing. But these bump bots, on the other hand, are refusing to do this. That's why something needs to change. Like, that's all I'm trying to say. But it's not just them. You also have to blame most of the parents who ignore the problem as well. Especially when every time things go wrong, they go running to these companies to complain. All because they failed to monitor what their kids were doing online in the first place. Sure, you have bad actors on the internet. I'm not denying that. But we also need to point out the parents. They should be held more accountable, but they never are. Instead, we're the ones having to give up our privacy just to fix a problem we didn't even create. And look, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but at some point, you can't just sit here and blame a company when the other side isn't doing their part. Yes, child safety does matter, obviously, but why does the price of that safety have to be our privacy? Like the rest of us just want to enjoy the app and have fun. Instead, we're caught in the crossfire when we shouldn't be the ones paying the price for a problem we aren't even part of. I also want to point out the people canceling their Nitro subscriptions or deleting their accounts. You're just being idiots. These guys always claim that they're done with Discord, but I highly doubt that. Like, let's be real here. We all know you'll be back on again because Discord is somewhat the only platform of its kind. And honestly, you can't function without it. Just take a look at what happened on YouTube when they announced their age verification. People started panicking, and YouTubers were making how-to bypass videos and milking the drama for views because they knew people were having a meltdown over this feature. So they needed the attention, which worked out for them. But now, no one is even talking about it anymore. The people who were saying it was the end for these platforms are the exact same people who are going to keep using this app regardless. As soon as the drama dies down, some other feature will drop and this whole cycle will just repeat over and over again. At the end of the day, people are panicking like imbeciles over a feature that isn't even out yet. Look, I agree that this feature is bad, but complaining and blaming Discord isn't helping nobody. We don't know for certain how strict it's going to be or how it will actually work for everyone. That's why instead of making judgments right now, we should wait and see how this plays out. Then we criticize Discord based on whatever happens next. Also, all these Discord alternatives are just trash. I'm not trying to be harsh or negative, but the only reason these platforms are popping up now is that they're using all this chaos for attention. And it's fucking embarrassing. If they really care about being better, they would have built something years ago instead of procrastinating. Like, why wait until now to finally show up? Like, at this point, it's too little too late. And sadly, these platforms aren't going to last long. Especially when everyone is just going to stick with Discord instead of switching to something else. Simply because they aren't used to change. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I wanted to remind you that these are just my opinions. But tell me your thoughts. Do you think people need to stop causing drama over this? Or do you think we should wait and see how it plays out? Share your stories in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.